Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I make videos about tech, unboxing, product reviews, events, and some fun stuff. And for today's video, I will be doing another unboxing video, and this time I will be unboxing this Macbook Pro 14-inch, which is the new model for Macbook Pro. After the unboxing, I also have a special guest who is an Apple genius that will be on my video today. He will join me today to answer some MacBook questions that we have, and also some tips on what to look for when you are planning to buy a MacBook Pro. So if you're interested, please keep on watching, and without further ado, let's get started with the video. So for the MacBook that we are going to unbox today, it's the newer model. It's a 14-inch. The older models are different sizes. They have 13-inch and 15. And for the newer ones, it's different. They have the 14 and 16-inch available. Okay, so the box comes with the cord for the charger, of course. It's USB-C. And the body for the charger. And of course, the manual. Okay, now let's check on the ports. So there's two USB-C ports on the left side. And surprisingly, there's an HDMI cord on the right side, which is lacking in most of the newer laptop models. There's also another USB-C port in here, so that is really good, especially if we're working from home and we want to connect another screen. That's really perfect without having to worry about any dongle. So good, really good move for Apple. Hey guys, so today's video is special because I have a special guest today. He is an Apple genius. He was an Apple genius, and he's still an Apple MacBook expert. So we are gonna ask him a lot of MacBook questions today since we unboxed a new MacBook. Alright, just easy questions, just answer the best that you can. Okay. So the first question is, what do you love most about MacBooks?
The interface. I'm a big fan of how things work and how all the continuity works together. I believe the software is very user-friendly. The hardware, everybody knows what Apple's capable of. Hardware,
it's very solid.
Very innovative. It's all sleek. It's all futuristic-ish. They kind of like push the buck as far as like what a standard looks like for technology. So I'm a big fan of how all that works, and support will be the final thing.
Speaking of the hardware, they launched their new processor, their very own processor. Yeah. They were using Intel before, yeah, but now they have the M1 chip. Yeah. So what can you say about it?
Yeah, the M1 chip is a proprietary Apple thing now. So before, Apple would outsource for an Intel chip like most brands would, which was affecting
the production and distribution of laptops.
Correct. So the previous generation 16-inch, that was not a M1 processor, that was out 3-4 months when the unit released. So a lot of users weren't able to have their hands on that unit unless they went into the stores and to demo it to see if they wanted it. Opposed to the M1, Apple was in charge of all their own manufacturing. The capabilities that this processor is capable of doing are giant. So I'm a big fan of how this unit performs compared to the Intel.
Sounds good. That's amazing. So that's what we should watch out with the new MacBooks. Next question. What should people look for when they're planning to buy a MacBook?
I would say just educate yourself as much as you can about how this unit works. Apple is outstanding with the support that they can provide, but the more a user can be familiar with coming in, it just makes them feel more empowered when they're encountering the new things, you know.
What about for those who are just new to MacBook, would like to buy one?
Yeah.
What would be the difference between the MacBook Air and MacBook Pro? Because a lot of people are confused.
Yeah, MacBook Air, I would always recommend that to like the novice user, the student, the light to intermediate user. The harder hardware, the bigger hardware, the MacBook Pros, the Mac Pro, the iMac Pro, those are going to be for those type of users, the pro user, the person that is requiring the output that the processor can handle. I need to have a couple monitors up, I need to have Final Cut and Adobe up, I need to have
more intensive tasks,
very demanding programs. Maybe I want to do some gaming, not really on a Mac, but maybe I want to do something that is not as simple, and then I would want to have a MacBook Pro. But if I'm just doing like some papers or some browser work or some shopping, emails, even the M1 MacBook Air is a great unit for those users. But if we're doing more complex things like rendering or video editing,
software development and
musical engineering, any of that complex stuff, you want to take advantage of what this processor can do, and save you a couple bucks too. It's something that I would hate as a consumer, is spending an extra $800 on a processor that I would never even need.
Yeah, if you don't even utilize and maximize the resources you have, it's a waste of money, even for like a MacBook.
And I would tell that to consumers just to give them that peace of mind, like, hey, this unit is going to sell no matter what. Like, you don't have to spend $2,500 if the things you're doing are closer to $1,000.
Okay, final question. Do you have any tips for like new MacBook users?
Yes, shut down your computers. This is cool, you know, like this is, I'm gonna go grab a drink, or this is, I'm gonna go to lunch. I know these are very impressive hardware units, but you'll be surprised how much troubleshooting starts with
rebooting
or what have you done so far. If you're not, the first question that anybody asks, hey, I don't have audio, hey, my keyboard doesn't work, or my camera isn't working, or something that you would think that is related to the computer. My first concern is, okay, what have we done to replicate the issue, or when do you see this issue occur? How often are we shutting down? That's generally when the consumer's like,
yes.
I just
never
exactly.
Since they unbox it.
Exactly. I left this on for 6 months. My battery's crap though, or
it's swollen.
Yeah. So a lot of things can attribute to poor performance, and software is going to
maintenance, just having to maintain it and just like taking care of the
exactly. So I definitely would always encourage consumers to shut down their devices as often as they can. I'm not saying do it every day, I'm not saying do it for hours, I'm just saying do it
every hour. It's not even.
You know, I would never ask you to be without your devices, because we spent a lot of money on these things. Once a week, seconds, shut down, turn it back on. Now, good practices, if you're done for the day.
Or overnight, like just leave it overnight. We're not using it when we're sleeping anyway.
Yeah, I just encourage the users to do that. That kind of sets them up in that thinking of what relates to what. If I don't shut down, things are in the background that may eventually cause me an issue in 6 months.
Yes, that's
something may crash. Battery life may be poor.
Okay, thank you so much for being in this channel, in this video, even if I just ambushed you today.
Definitely did, but it's all good. We're always ready.
Thank you so much for the wonderful insight about MacBooks. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to put it in the comment section down below. And please don't forget to like and subscribe on this video and channel. And I'll hope to see you guys on my next videos. Thank you so much for watching.
Later.